Guys, welcome back to our channel. Basically, over the past few weeks, I've had so many people DM me and message me, comment on YouTube videos, asking a load of questions about tour. They are literally just like completely different altogether. For example, some people are asking me like tips on how to get barrier, what was barrier like, what time do you have to be there for VIP, photo ID, times, just so many different things. And obviously, like, I have answered those people, but I just thought it might be a bit helpful if I did a whole video on a load of information about tour for you all. I just want to apologise for my appearance. I'm not having the best day. Not gonna lie to you, literally failed my French speaking today. And I'm just not feeling that great. But also, quickly, before I get onto this video, make sure that you check out our concert vlogs if you haven't already. We've got Newport and Swindon up at the minute, and we will have London, Brighton and Bournemouth. So I've split this video into 4 sections. I've got concert schedule, merch, VIP and barrier. I feel like I need to kind of sit down. I don't know. Let's change that up. So, concert schedule. The doors are either at 6:30 or 7, I believe. I don't think there's like a 7:30 one, maybe for London or something like that. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it's 6:30 to 7. But so many people line up a long time before this. So if you are hoping to get barrier or anything like this, make sure you do come in advance. Literally, when I went to Newport, doors opened at 6:30, I think. I got there at like 2 and people were already lined up, and quite a lot of them too, with like blankets and food and stuff. So if you like are thinking, oh well, the doors open at 6:30 like to 7, like I'd have to be there till like 5. If you do want barrier, you do want to get to the front. But I would say if you do just have like seats that are already like seated, then there is no point in getting there any time before then, unless you want to be like front in the queue. But I don't really see the point. So far, the supports, which is the Power of Music and New Hope Club and Harvey, if it's the arenas, have come in at about 7:30, 7:35. A lot of people just like haven't really watched them, so some people have like gone to the merch stand at that point. But to be honest with you, like, it's a performance. Like, you might as well just watch it because, you know, they're quite good, and it's fun, you know, it's fun. The vamps have generally come on at 8:50, and then the actual concert itself kind of varies when it finishes. When I went to Newport, which was the second day, it finished at 10:05, but since then they've added What Your Father Says, so it's finished at 10:20, which is weird because they've added one song and it's lasting like a whole extra 15 minutes, but it finishes around that time, and that is basically the concert schedule. I will let you know like the VIP times when we actually get to the VIP section. But now on to merch. So the question is, what merch is there? Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I haven't actually looked at the merch stand in real life, just because I can't afford it. So I was like, why would I torture myself by looking at the merch stand if I don't have the money to buy merch? But I have seen pictures of it. There is hoodies, I think there's like one hoodie maybe. There is long sleeve tops, there's normal tops, there's a crop top, there's a pair of socks. Yeah, so Emma, you don't actually know that you're in my video then, but you were. I hope you're having a great time. I can't even remember where I was. Merch. There's a load of different things. I'm going to put it on screen right here. Basically, I think the hoodies are 40. The t-shirts are like 20, I think. The long sleeve t-shirts are 25 to 30, I think. The crew necks are 35, I think. I'm literally not sure, but like I said, I will have the picture here for you. And yeah, that's basically the merch. I think they are bringing Harvey's merch in, and I think they have a few bits of New Hope Club's merch, but I don't know because I didn't look. Now, the wristband program situation. So they now have programs which started to sell it in Birmingham. So if you went to Plymouth, Newport or Swindon, I think, there was no program. Was it? I don't know. Something like that. The first few shows, there was no program because they didn't start putting the program out until Harvey was about. Same thing with wristbands. They've actually now got location wristbands, which I will pop on screen, which again you wouldn't have gotten if you went to certain shows. I know that one show, I think it was Sheffield, didn't get them because like they didn't get like shipped in, which is so weird. But they will be there for other shows. It's a limit of 1,500 per show, so do make sure that you go there first if you really want those wristbands, because they definitely will sell out. So basically, now talking about when you can get merch. For VIPs, you get crowd-free merch shopping. So basically, once you've been into your VIP, you can come back out and go and get merch. But I personally decided to queue up because I wanted Barrier, which we will get onto in a minute. And then after the concert, you can also go out and get merch. But obviously, it's kind of limited at that point because most people do get their merch before they go into the concert. Another thing I want to quickly point out is there is a lot of unofficial merch at the concerts. When I was lining up for VIP, there were so many men that were literally just like lugging around massive like bags of Vamps jumpers, which, to be honest with you, I would probably get. They are a lot cheaper than obviously the like official merch, and they do look like a bit tacky, but they don't look too bad. They have all the dates on the back, and they have t-shirts as well. I think the t-shirts were 5 or 10 and the hoodies were like 20. So those people will be out and about before and after the concert, so obviously be careful if you do want official merch to not buy it off them because it is unofficial. But obviously, if you want unofficial, like, cheap merch, then go for it. And the last thing about merch is if it's going to be sold online afterwards. I do believe that it will be, like, a lot of it will be, because the merch that was sold last year, like this, is online. It still is online, you know, a year after. And there's merch that was literally sold, like, ages way back, like, middle of the night tour, and it's still available now. So definitely, probably, right, okay. It definitely will be online. It might take a little while to get online. But things like the programme and the wristbands, just I'm not too sure about. In fact, like the wristbands definitely won't be because it is like location accurate. Next section is VIP. I'm going to talk you basically through VIP and hopefully it will help you guys. But again, if you have any more questions, I'll definitely be able to answer them down below. So the VIP provider is called adventuresinwonderland.com. They are kind of known for being a bit of a piss take. That was kind of mean. Basically, they're known for not being that great. I have had like an issue with them, but to be honest with you, like I think their customer service is pretty good, and from the VIPs that I've gone to, like it's fine, they're great. So basically, before your VIP, a few days before, I think it's like maybe 3 days before, you will get an email to the email that you bought the tickets with that basically gives you all the information you will need to get into your VIP. It basically gives you the time where you need to check in, the place you need to check in, and basically any extra information like your photo ID stuff and like that. However, if you're fretting that you don't have the email, don't worry, because you can go on the website, and if you go to like buy a VIP package from where you actually have your VIP, it actually already has the information there, and you don't really need an email for it because that email is only to give you the information. It's not like proof or anything, but you should get the email technically. So check-in time is 3:30 till 4:30, I believe, or that's what I had to do anyway. But I really wanted Barrier at Newport, so I decided to queue up at about 2, I think. And even then, there were people in front of us in the queue. Not that many people, maybe like 5. Oh no, I was number 6 and George is number 5. So there was 4 people in front of us in the queue. But to think that was about 2 hours in advance, you know, you do need to be there quite early if you do want Barrier. Basically, how it works is there is a Vamps VIP here. Obviously, my one. Vamps. A New Hope Club VIP, and then a Harvey VIP. However, Harvey's VIP wasn't there when I did Newport and Swindon. And then the other side, there's a general admission line, which everyone's queuing up to get in really early. However, if your venue isn't general admission, then there probably just isn't a line. But Vamps VIP go in first, and then New Hope Club VIP go in first. I'm not sure about Harvey again because like Harvey wasn't there. But I will be able to let you know once I've been to London because Harvey is going to London. Once you get into VIP, you have to check in. Now, in the information email, it says you need photo ID. And when it said that, I was like, will I need photo ID? Shall I bring it? And then I realised I didn't have photo ID. And I was like, oh my God, And I was like, I don't know whether I'm going to need it. Like, I don't know if I should, worry too much about it because a lot of things say, you need ID to get into this, and then you actually don't. But please bring a photo ID because they will not let you in without it, trust me. The way we did it is we went into the venue, in one line, and there was a little table, and they have it all on the system for you. So you have to say your name, they obviously, check you in. But before they check you in, they check your photo ID and make sure that all matches up with the name. When I say photo ID, I mean passport, bus pass, what's one of those? Driving license. I basically didn't have any of those because I sent my passport off the other week because I'm going on holiday soon and it needs to be renewed. And I bought like my school ID in, and they were like, well, you need to change it for the next time, because I understand it but a lot of people won't. So please do make sure that you have your photo ID and that it is official. Again, you need to bring your tickets. We printed it out, but I think you can just have it on your phone, but you know, a physical copy is always a lot better. And once you're checked in, they basically give you numbers on your bands, and that is like your place in the queue. So if you are like first in the queue, you will have number 1 on the queue, and it will make a difference, like your place in the actual concert itself. And that's why me and Georgie luckily managed to get barrier. But if we were at the end of the queue, say like number like 47 or something like that, we definitely would not have been able to get barrier, because they do let you into the venue on your, like, the number of your band. So you go in, you meet the boys, you get your picture done by a professional photographer, and then later that week, so in a few days, I think it was Sheffield or something like that, they got their picture. No, it was Liverpool. I think it was Liverpool that literally got their professional photo the day they got it, like that day. But a few, like, it sometimes takes that day or 2 days or 3 days, but you should get it within like 72 hours. And the last section I want to talk to you about is barrier. So I've had a lot of questions on barrier. I've literally never had barrier before ever, but that's just because I've never been to a general admission one, to be fair. And I've had so many questions about, like, do you get squished at barrier, how to not get squished at barrier, like what's it like, how do you, stay sane there. So I thought I'd basically just answer those questions for you. So tips on how to get barrier. Like I said, number on the bands really matters. So for VIP, you get early entry, so that means that you are more likely to get barrier. It doesn't mean that you're guaranteed it, but only a certain amount of people can fit across the bar. But like I said, you do want to get there early. You want the lowest number possible. Number 1 is going to be the first person let into the venue. However, please note that Vamps VIP get let in first, and then New Hope Club VIP, then Harvey VIP, or I don't know about Harvey, you know what I mean? Like, but it's Vamps first. So if you're number 1 in the Vamps VIP queue, you will be let in first, and you will be the person that can run to barrier, although you can't because security stop you. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, be early to your VIP queues. Like I said, I got there about 2 hours in advance, and there were already people there for general admission, Vamps VIP, and New Hope Club VIP. So please be there really early. So once you're let out of your VIP, the people that handling you are like, right, you can go to the right if you want to go to the merch, or you can go into the queue, like, to actually get into the venue. And me and Georgie were like, no, we're going to go straight to the queue, because obviously we wanted to get into the venue. I'm not too sure if you went to go get merch, if you could just like slip in your place in the queue, but we didn't want to risk it, so we just went straight to the queue. And I would recommend that, just because you can get merch any other time, like after the concert or whatever, so just go right to the queue. So once you were actually getting let into the venue, me and Georgie were literally like running, but there was like a wall of security, literally like 4 guys just stood across it. I was like, no, calm down, calm down. So make sure you try and walk to them or run until they tell you to just calm down. And then literally once we passed them, we ran straight away, like they just can't stop you basically. But respect security, because obviously they are there to keep you safe. When we got to barrier, we obviously had like a bag, like it wasn't massive, but it was a little bag and it was kind of annoying. I also had a denim jacket as well, and it was really sweaty in the venue, so I was like, I don't really want to have my denim jacket on, but I don't want to put it down because you will like move like across the barrier. So we spoke to the security who was like in front of the stage, and we were like, can we put our bag somewhere? And basically they took it over the other side of barrier and pushed it under, because there were like steps on barrier, so they pushed it under the steps. So if you do get barrier, just ask the security if they can take your bags, and they'll put it like just in front of you. Another thing that we found was barrier was a very sticky kind of squish situation. To be honest with you, it wasn't as squished and uncomfortable as I thought it would be, but it still was kind of like a bit suffocating, because obviously everyone wants to get to the front, and it's not like malicious, but everyone kind of does like push forward and sideways and all over the place. So a lot of people found themselves getting quite like dehydrated and feeling a bit sick. So we asked a security guy, who was amazing, shout out to you, Del Boy, to get us some water. So basically all the security passed loads of plastic cups of water back, like this, and it wasn't the best idea, like it wasn't the smartest idea. The people in like the front row were fine because they just like grabbed a cup and drunk, but other people who were like passing it back, like people would pass it back behind their heads and it would literally like tip over like everyone. So me and my friend Ivory got absolutely soaked. It was fine though, we were kind of hot anyway, like, you know. And another thing is that people will just like sip out the cup and pass it back, like, you know, you just have to kind of deal with it. But please do make sure you do drink at Barrier because, like I said, it is quite suffocating. And my last thing about Barrier is basically the boys throw out stuff throughout the show. I know that Con threw about 5 different picks and they literally all landed in front of the barrier and didn't reach anyone. Like, I'm sure they did at some point, but like a lot of them didn't. Tris threw his drumsticks and I caught one literally, but like someone had it also and they pulled it back, which is fine, no beef, no beef. So basically what you can do is, my friend basically was like, if anything is at the front of barrier, can I have it please? And she got, what'd she get? Oh, she got one of Tris's drumsticks. So if you are at Barrier, make friends with the security and just be like, hi, like, So that is really all of my information that I can give you. I'm sure there's a lot more, like it doesn't feel that much, but if you have any specific questions, just ask them down below, and I will definitely answer them for you if I can. Like I said, we do have 2 concert vlogs up at the minute, so please do go check them out. I'll put them in the little eye up there, or there, something like that. And yeah, I just hope you all enjoy tour. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about my state today, it's just not vibing with life. But I hope you're all having a great day, a great week. I can't wait to catch up with you soon. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Love you!